Hello, welcome to Body of Wisdom Yoga. Today I'll be sharing a cooking recipe. I love cooking. I love sharing cooking recipes. I also love yoga. Body of Wisdom Yoga is a yoga platform for active older adults. All of our teachers are 55 years of age and older and understand what it's like to be in an older body. I hope you join us on YouTube or on our video platform. We have so many free classes. We are subscription based. We also have a lot of free classes, and know that when you become a member, your membership helps us to grow the amount of free classes that we can offer. So it's a win-win. If you buy a year membership, it's under $10 a month. We think it's a really good deal. Anyway, let's get started. So plant-based bay cakes. It's like a fish cake or a crab cake, except it's not. It's plant-based. I'll be using today chickpeas and hearts of palm. Hearts of palm are one of those strange vegetables where you're not quite sure what to do with it. This is a great recipe for it. We'll have some roasted carrots, radishes. There's a garlic Dijon lemon dressing, which is really nice. And I'll plate it over a bed of arugula and microgreens. If you haven't subscribed to Body of Wisdom Yoga on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Any comments are appreciated. Thanks for joining me today. Let's get started. You will need a Cuisinart today, and I'm using a cast iron pan to cook the bay cakes, and then a pan to roast the vegetables on in the oven. Set your oven to 400 degrees. So I've cut up the carrots and the radishes. Whoop. And you'll decide how many you want. My carrots were small, so I used 2 per person. And the radishes were big, so I used 1 per person. I cut the radishes into 4s and just cut up the carrots into like bite-sized pieces. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil, some salt. I'm going to mix these around and then put them in the oven for about 15 minutes. I'm going to check on them though and flip them. Once the carrots and radishes are in the oven roasting, you'll make a creamy Dijon dressing. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. You can use Vegenaise or regular mayonnaise. 1 clove of minced garlic, smells so good. Half of a juiced lemon, and a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to mix this up. I love this teeny little whisk, so cute. And I'll add some salt and pepper. Whisk it up again and put it on the side. So a dressing like this is always variable. You can add in a little more lemon juice if you'd like. If you'd like it a little bit more mustardy, you could add some more mustard. If you want it a bit thicker, less olive oil. This looks really nice. You kind of want it to be able to drizzle it on top. So this isn't sort of a dipping sauce. This is more of a drizzling sauce. Unless you want a dipping sauce, then you can make it thicker. So I'm ready to make the bay cakes. Everything goes in a food processor. But first I'm going to stir the carrots and radishes. I'm going to use a spatula to mix them around. And back in they go just for about 5 more minutes. actually think I'm going to turn the heat down because I got to make these. So into the bay cakes, everything goes in the Cuisinart. We've got 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and again, if you're vegan, you can use Vegenaise, but if you don't have Vegenaise in your fridge, you don't need to go running out and buy a whole bottle just for this recipe. 1 can of chickpeas. So chickpeas, I like to buy everything organic if I can. And you want to make sure when you rinse them that you rinse them until all that bubbly stuff is gone. Keep all the skins on as well. Don't try to take off the little skins around the chickpea. I've got 1 can of hearts of palm that I have roughly chopped up. They're going to go in. A jalapeno that I have de-seeded and chopped up. If you don't like it very spicy, just use half or none. And if you like it pretty spicy, you can always add more. 1.5 teaspoons of New England seasoning or Old Bay seasoning or something similar. And 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. The last item I'm going to add is 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Gives it just a little bit of an acid edge. Some salt and pepper. About 1 teaspoon of salt. And about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to pulse this. What we don't want to do is over pulse the bay cake. We're going to make 6 patties out of it. So I'm just going to pulse it. I'm going to take off the lid, mix it up a little bit, get it away from the edges. Couple more pulses. And I think that's about it. I'll show you what this looks like. There's a bit of stickiness to it, but it's not over pulsed. I'm going to take this out of the Cuisinart, put it into a bowl, and make 6 bay patties with this. So you don't want to squish them too hard. If you think of when, I don't know if you've ever had a crab cake, but crab cakes, you want them to be sort of light, not heavy and dense. Same thing here. We want these to be not so squished, packed together that they're dense. I made them different size. Okay, I gotta make this one a little bigger. I don't know, maybe we'll make 7 today, or maybe we'll make 5. Yeah, 6 patties. So enough for 3 per person, or if you want to feed 3 people, 2 each. If you have an extra side or something. There we go. There's a little bit extra in here. Just gonna smash it into that one. All right, let me just go wash my hands and I'll be right back. With the rest of the panko breadcrumbs, before I fry these, I'm gonna just put a little bit of panko on each side. Let me turn my element on. I'm gonna put it on a medium-high heat. I have a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil in the cast iron pan, and I've just gotten a plate. I'm putting some paper towels on it so that I can put the bay cakes on those when they're done cooking. All right, I think the vegetable oil is hot enough. I'm going to put one of them in some of the panko and then put it in the oil. And you can hear a bit of a sizzle, which is what we want. These will cook about 5 minutes on each side. Put a little light on the situation. I'll show you what these look like. These have a nice, can you sizzle? You can see that and maybe hear it. While these are cooking, I'm going to start getting my plates ready so that I can serve this when it's done. I also have some dill, and I'm going to cut up the rest of the lemon. I find people either really like or dislike dill. I like it. Love it. Great on potatoes. Like a roast potato. And I'm going to get my sauce ready. So these have been cooking for about 5 minutes. Turn them over, nice golden color on the other side. So we'll cook those for 5 more minutes, maybe 7. And I may turn the heat down just a little bit. When I look at the size of these baked cakes, they are rather large. So I think 2 per person is probably pretty good. Unless you're super hungry. And then 3. And these are just right. And there we go. Bay cakes. I'm going to put 2 on each plate. And I'll put the carrot and radish on each plate. I'm going to top each plate with some dill. And drizzle the dressing over. And there we are, delicious bay cakes. Plant-based bay cakes with a garlic Dijon lemon dressing, roasted carrots, radishes, on a bed of arugula with microgreens and a little bit of dill. So good. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to receive all of our free yoga videos, all of our cooking classes are always free. Please subscribe and check out our online platform, Yoga for Active Older Adults, taught by active older adults. Cheers.